Yes guys, what's going on? It's your boy Alpha3 Today is something different, and in my eyes something quite new as well onto the community. It's actually the top 5 cars of the class is what I'm going to call this in this playlist. Which basically, it is what it is. It's, it's very self-explanatory. It's what I think and what the leaderboards also sort of suggest that is the best cars in the class. So number 5, I'm starting it off with this. This is my trustworthy steed. This is my monster of a Dodge Viper setup. It's the 99 ACR. I think it's the ACR. And this one here that I've done is stupidly stable. It just is. There's just no way about it. It just is. It's very, very stable. Sliding is very easy to control. It loves the curves, as you can see there. It doesn't really get upset when it touches them. This lap here is the one that I did actually on the leaderboards. I can actually improve it for about, I'd say about a good 2 or 3 times, because look, I had a bit of a mare here. I let off the throttle, and obviously the front dip caused a bit of understeer. Should never have done that noob move. But this setup is on my stall front. Obviously I've done a wet setup for this as well, I do believe, so that's on there too. Obviously it's a bit smoother, a bit more stable on the brakes and things like that, and much softer. But this is the lap that I've done, obviously behind the car, just to give you a bit of an idea of what it looks like to drive. Next I'll give you sort of a more of a replay version, because most of you guys are more used to seeing the replays, so I will include that as well, because some of you do like it, but most of you do want to see what it's like to to look at as you physically would if you were racing on the game. Bear in mind if you do use the exterior camera, as I do. So yeah, this is number 5. Okay, for me it's a very, very good car, very stable, and I love the Dodge Vipers in the game anyway. On S-Class, the 08 ACR, that's my favourite one, and obviously this one is my favourite one for A-Class, because the other one, unless you fuck it up, can't get into the class. So this is just me coming towards the end of the lap anyway now, a few more corners. It's the same lap, just literally press replay and change the camera, that's it. Okay, there's no tunes for it coming up, like I'm not going to show you the tune or anything like that. If you want it, go on the storefront and buy it. Search for me as a space 85 space 85. All I'm going to do after this is show you where I rank within the the track and the leaderboards. I'll probably show you the Europe and the top times as well, which is obviously the world, and see if you can see any faces, see if you can see your face in there, you know what I mean. You might be up there as well, so if you are there, let me know, and I'll see if I can beat you. But yeah, this is coming to an end of this lap now. Obviously this is where I show you where I place in the leaderboards. It's not the greatest, it's literally just a car that I like to use online. It's not a leaderboard time car, as you can see, but what it does offer you is that stability of, at the end of the day, you can constantly do good times. 315th I think it was, I was ranked. So on to number 4, my baby. I love this car. This is my BMW M4. Got it in black with black alloys. It'd be daft if I had it in any other colour. First and foremost, it sounds gorgeous, doesn't it? Ooh, hoo, hoo. Sounds lovely. Goes like the clappers, and it grips for days. 4 things that I need in a vehicle is good brakes, good handling, fucking good noise, smooth out of corners. This is brilliant. It's very, very smooth out of corners. Okay, as you can see there, look, full throttle. It wants to spin, but it just won't. It goes forward, not sideways or backwards. If it wants to spin around, it happens now and then. Coming on to the end of the little track of Silverstone anyway. Again, I'll do like what I did with the Dodge Viper. I'll show you exactly where it placed me in the leaderboard. This, I do believe I can actually improve on this time as well, because it wasn't a perfect lap here. Turned in too early, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I am not giving up there, so I floored it constantly all the way through. But yeah, this is my girl. I love this BMW. Obviously, I've told you before in videos that I love this car, and I don't think I've ever really showed you the vehicle, but that's the vehicle there. in my eyes, it is one of the best cars for A-Class, because it's so well organised, so well all-rounded, good. If I wanted, I could drift it because it's that smooth on, you know, coming out of corners. I could blip the throttle and the clutch and whoop, get it stepping out, but it just grips for days. It's good with curbs, and like I say, it's just a very, very good car. I am thinking about putting this tune on my storefront, so you guys can have a go. But this is where that lap time placed me. Bear in mind, obviously, I'm on a Silverstone, which is predominantly for the faster cars. Mainly, you know, the Ford Mustangs, the Fords, you know, these ones are big V8, V10s, lots of torque. The BMWs don't have much torque, but they weigh quite a little, you know, so the torque is kind of irrelevant. Download that setup. Number 3. Oh, where do I start with this beast? This is my dry setup, but I'm just going to show you just how good it is actually in the wet as well. Again, on a lovely British Silverstone. It's on the club circuit, I do believe, so this is the baby one. But we are in a race, okay, and first, miles ahead of the competition. As you can see, it's smooth, okay. It doesn't want to spin out, it doesn't want to lock up on the brakes. Bear in mind I did lock up there, but ignore that. But I can place it exactly where I want to place it. Look, clip that white line there, gorgeous. And you know, coming into this right-hander now, again, just touching the white line, which is where you want to be on the track. Look how smooth it is over the curves. There was no like giddy up. It was literally just went over it with ease, as if it wasn't even a curb. So this is number 3 because of that reason. This is a very, very good car, and it was so difficult to find where I was going to place this, opposed to the car that's coming up ahead, because they were so close. Had I not made my video previously bigging up this other car, I think this might have peeped it just out of noise, because I love that. And look at that, listen to that boost. But yeah, the Lexus LFA, this tune itself, as I have put on my storefront too. Again, buy the car. If it don't show up, search for me as a Space 85. Add me as a friend. It'll just make it so much easier for you. Add me as a friend, boys and girls. Always accept people on, you know, if you do want to play, I will always play Forza or Call of Duty or FIFA or whatever game you're playing. If I'm in that mood, I will play with you if you invite me. So, this is coming up to a wrap of this tune and this car. I'm going to show you where it ranked in the leaderboards. It had a bit of a mare, and I don't know why. Like, it just wouldn't show me, so I went click back off, click back on. Boom, here we go. That's where it placed me, sports fans, and it won't show me where I came in the top, in the world. But it's, for me, not a bad look. It's a good little car, very good. 4th in my sort of league. I can go faster again. Right then, boys and girls, that ranks it up for the top 3. So here comes the remaining 2. My favourite for A-Class right now is the Ford GT. Here she is. Okay, we're on a Hockenheim. I can't remember which one it is. It's the very, very short one. It's the club. Okay, obviously this is the lap behind the car. And I also do want on the TV sort of replay mode as well. This setup I'm going to put onto my storefront now. As you can see, it's very stable, even at high speeds, turn it into corners, slow corners even so. Very, very good. Because of how the gearing is standard gears, you can floor it in 2nd gear around a corner and it won't spin. I'm in 2nd gear, okay, coming into these left, then the right, and then the right again. Look, I can drift it just perfectly to where I need to be. It's a very, very, very good setup and very easy to win races with. Okay, now we're coming into the replay one now. So just a bit about this car. It's got 500 pounds of torque, 550 brake horsepower. I think it weighs just under, I think, 3,000 pounds. Don't know what that is in kilo, if I'm honest. And good weight distribution as well. It's very stable on the brakes, very sturdy. when people try to knock you off, it doesn't really happen. They get knocked off more than I do, so that's all good news. Very stable into fast corners, very good into slow corners. All around very, very good. But it can also keep up with these fast little cars that you see nipping about on these tracks like Yas Marina, for example. Things like that. Okay. I've probably guessed you already know what number 1 is. Okay, and there's no point me really doing it, but I will. Because some of you might be new to the game, or you might not know, but this is the car. Okay. It's coming up shortly. I'll just show you my lap time again. My lap time wasn't the greatest around here, but it was okay. But now, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into number 1, drop a like, please, and comment. But they're my lap times. That's the Ford GT over and done with. Okay, it's a very, very good little tune. I love it to bits. As I said in the last video, you see how good it is in that video too. Now, the moment that we've all been waiting for. Boom. Number 1. See it? And yes, the Alpha3 Stradale. I've done a tune for this. Got this on my store as well. We're on Sonomo. Okay, this was on an online race. This setup's now been improved slightly, so it's actually a bit more grippy and quicker down the straight, but also very good and still on the corners and the brakes as it is here. So this is the most overpowered car in A-Class, and to the point of where it's actually the best car in A-Class. Okay, it dominates pretty much every leaderboard that has more than 5 corners in, and it's annoying because it is a good car. But to be fast in one, you actually have to be a fast driver. That's the thing. Like, you can't just randomly sit in one and, you know, go fast. You have to have a good tune, you have to have a good knowledge for the tracks, and the way it is, it feels like a go-kart, so it doesn't actually feel like a car. It's very, very difficult. It gives you a weird sort of feel for the car, because the nose turns first, and then like the rear sort of like drags behind it. Oh, it's very weird. Very, very weird, but because of this you can really clip them apexes nicely just as you need to, and you know, it's a very short car, very nimble, very light, and because of the amount of torque it's got, it doesn't spin out when you floor it. Again, this is just obviously the replay version of it, but what do you think is the best cars? Well, what cars do you like to use? What cars do you like to use in A-Class? Because if you've done if you like a certain car or a certain sort of manufacturer, say if it's just Aston Martin you use, have a look at some of my setups on there. If I haven't got a setup on there, if you search for my name, so it's Asa8585, search for me. If you can't find anything on there, comment, let me know. Comment, okay, saying that you got no tune for this, you got no tune for that, and I'll pop one on. You won't be disappointed. I can assure you, you will be able to go fast on it straight away. Okay. I will also show you where I'm sort of positioned in the world and in Europe on this track. Bear in mind, this was in a race. I think this was the last lap, this one, and I was coming close to back markers as well. I can go quicker because obviously I've had a bit of a moment there. In the first sector I wasn't hitting apexes well, and I cut the corners perfectly, got as much. I think I did it very, very well at the corner cutting. Obviously within the limits, otherwise it would have marked it as a grey triangle. Into the final corner now, which is a very, very difficult corner to master. Very difficult, onto the straight and across the line. This then, boys and girls, is my lap time. Look at that. Tell me that's not a fast lap. I can go faster, bear in mind, but tell me that's not a fast lap. Okay, that tune is on my storefront, as I said. Please download it, use it, and like it. Oh, speaking of likes, please like, subscribe, share the video, do what you need to do. I'll see you next time. Peace.